As of September 2025, The Phantom of the Opera is 100 years old. Specifically, the original 1925 film starring the man of 1,000 faces, Lon Chaney. This isn't a review of the film. I'm just gonna ramble about The Phantom and see where it goes, so apologies if it's all over the place. Like many people out there, I learned about and became a fan of The Phantom of the Opera through the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, discovering later on that the 1986 musical, the 1925 film, and the other films after that are based on a novel from 1911 by French author Gaston Leroux. There have been many versions and edits of the 1925 film, from restoring projects, added color and sound, and newly discovered footage from a somewhat troubled production, including changing directors, story changes, and massive amounts of tinkering and editing. Check out the next video. I'll be reading more info from this book, The Complete Phantom of the Opera. Even earlier than that, there's an Austrian Phantom of the Opera film that came out in 1916, then a 1937 Chinese adaptation called Song at Midnight, a 1943 Universal Studios version, 1962, a 1983 TV movie, one in 1989 with Robert Englund, who is famous for playing Freddy Krueger in the Elm Street films, a 1998 Italian adaptation, a 2004 film starring Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum, and the most recent movie in 2014. The story is about a mysterious, disfigured musical prodigy living under the catacombs of an opera house. He extorts, blackmails, and intimidates the managers into promoting his music and making his muse, a dancer at the opera house, Christine Daae, the main star of the opera house. Christine is entranced by the Phantom, who falls in love with her. Raoul, her lover, has to venture into the Phantom's lair to attempt to rescue her. I first saw the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical as a child on a school trip to the Pantages Theatre in Toronto, and I was hooked. I loved the music, the story, and the emotion. I got to see it again not too long after, when it played at Centre in the Square in Kitchener. If any of you Canadian viewers remember the old show, Today's Special, Jeff Hislop, who played the department store mannequin who comes to life, played the Phantom while the show was in Kitchener. Colm Wilkinson played the Phantom in Toronto. And of course, the very first, the original, is Michael Crawford from the UK. I'm sure there are many, many others as well. In 2011, there was an anniversary performance from the Royal Albert Hall in the UK, and in movie theaters via live broadcast, later to be released on DVD. And I got word the show is returning to North America, November 2025. For a time, The Phantom of the Opera held one of the top spots for the highest grossing piece of entertainment of all time. Well, at least until GTA 5 came out. Did you know there's a 2012 sequel to the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical called Love Never Dies? I didn't until recently. It was nowhere near as successful as the first, but supposedly very good. I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing it. Thanks for joining me to take a look at The Phantom of the Opera. Check out the next video, where we'll be doing a book look-through of The Complete Phantom of the Opera, where we'll learn more about the opera house that inspired the story, the writer, the movies, and the play.